screen recorder's good. Let me go ahead and share my screen and we can get started on our markups. I think there's news today at 8:30, so there should be a little bit of volatility. Um, okay, we'll start with the 5 minute, the same thing we do every day with the high and low. Okay, we'll go to Heiken Nashi candles. Draw this high. Draw this low. We Friday's high and low. Alright, that's good. Before we go any farther, can y'all see the screen? Can y'all see what I'm doing? I don't want to get too far ahead and then y'all not be able to see or hear anything. Let me check to see. Are y'all able to hear and see what I'm doing? Okay, good.
Oh man, there's something wrong with my sock. Yeah, run.
Alright, let's look at. We're gonna use the. No, we'll go to the 4 hour. Okay, so price already tapped into here. tapped into this one. And it definitely tapped into it's right here right now. So we'll go ahead and draw this one up. 4 hour breaker structure. Let's change that to blue. All right, let's see what we got for the 1 hour. So we have this blue line is the 4 hour breaker structure. And then right here, we got a 1 hour order block that's overlapping with, I think this is yesterday's high. This yellow line right here is yesterday's high. And then this is the previous day high. So with this overlapping, a bullish order block overlapping the previous day or yesterday's high, that's a good bullish setup. So, but it's the same thing as yesterday. The only thing that's stopping it from running, like with a clean break, is this order block here. Which means if it were to break through this blue line here, and this order block wasn't here, it would shoot up to this yellow line with like a lot of momentum. But because we have this order block here, it's kind of going to slow it down a little bit. But that's not to say that it's not going to reach this. It's just going to be like a choppy move. Mm, we'll draw this 30-minute market structure break. Y'all don't have to listen. So y'all don't have to listen. Um, mm, we'll draw. Trying to look for a target. So it's the 15-minute. Mm, I'll use this lower high on the 15 minute for a target. Let's turn that white. Oh, I'm gonna draw this. Yeah, I'll draw this order block up on a half hour. We'll use this order block. And see if we got any gaps right here that needs fill. This one here. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good setup. If we break out of here, we'll play it up to this white line here for our take profit. But I think news is gonna spike it up to like this gap here, right above this blue line. I think this is a 4 hour breaker structure, and then it's probably gonna push it back down into this order block here, and then go all the way up to this white line here, which is the 15-minute lower high. So I might look to fill this gap here first before going back up. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, there's a lot of liquidity around that gap right there. So probably take this 4 hour low and this 1 hour low around this gap right here. This green. Little green. So let's do this. Let's adjust this box to get that gap in there. And the liquidity. Now let's go to the 5 minute. And we'll adjust it a little bit more. The lower you go in time frames, the more you'll see like the price start to close in like inside of a tighter range. So that big box that we just said, that was the 15-minute and a half hour order block. But the smaller we go, the lower your box will get and the more precise of an entry you'll get. So if we just use this here, from this box low to the high, we'll look for longs around there. Let's see. So another thing that it could do with the news coming out in like 15 minutes, 12 minutes, it could push up into this order block here, take this liquidity. That I think this is the hour, the 1 hour high. Actually, let me just draw a line across it and see. Let's see what that is. Let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, yep, it's a 1 hour high right here. So it could sweep that high and then come down and then fill this order block at the bottom and then reverse back up and break through this whole area. So let me take that off. I just don't like that it wouldn't be a clean a breakout if it breaks this 4 hour break of structure on like the 15-minute or the 5 minute because this bearish order block and this bearish fair value gap. So even if we do break out of here, it's probably not going to be like a clean break. It's going to chop around a little bit. Now, if all of this wasn't here, then it would break out of here and just probably shoot to like this previous day high, like with a lot of momentum. If this all of this wasn't stopping it. But unfortunately, it is. You got multiple layers of resistance. Now, if it breaks through this order block, we'll be targeting this area here, the previous day low, which is also lining up with like the very top of this fair value gap. So it could see a reversal like as soon as it taps into here. But either way, we got a setup for, well, we don't have a setup, but we have an idea for buys and for sells. Okay, so it took that 4 hour low, and now we have a 1 hour low that it might try to take, and then reverse. And if it takes that and just keep on like pushing down, then it's definitely targeting this right here. So we'll see once this liquidity gets swept right here, this yellow line. It might not sweep it because it already swept the 4 hour. Yeah, if it sweeps this hour, this 1 hour low, and then another bearish candle start to print, us, we'll probably take shorts. So news comes out in 5 minutes, and should get some decent volume off of it. Yeah, so it's filling this 4 hour gap right here. So yeah, it could only do one of two things after it fills a gap. They'll either reverse from it or blow right through it and then try to fill the next gap above or below, which is below right down here. So right here on the 1 hour, this is the one, yeah, the 1 hour. It's trying to right here with this candle. It's trying to shift. It's trying to give a market structure break, which is shifting the direction of the trend that it was in. It was previously in the uptrend, so it's trying to break here and make that market structure break. So if we get that, we'll definitely look for shorts below here. Let's change this to white. Let's go to the 5 minute. So we could enter in at the close of this candle here because it took that liquidity and it still keep on pushing. Let me see. Yeah, we'll take shorts. Just figure out a good entry spot for it. Alright, news is out. If we reject here at this VWAP, oh, you know what? It's not even trying to. We'll just wait and see. We'll just wait and see. Okay, so it didn't give a bearish close, like without a wick right here underneath this line. That would have been the market structure break to shift directions to bearish. So if we break outside of this box at the top with like the bullish pattern where we usually see the purple candles, we'll take a buy from there. This is still that half hour order block right here. So if this candle closes bullish, we'll enter in on the next one. Those are some weak closes. So momentum is kicking in. We just need volume. All right, so since it swept that liquidity, we can go ahead and adjust this box or get rid of it. We don't really. I had it up there so we would have an area where liquidity was still at. I don't know. It looks like it's respecting the 1 hour order block. So still either or will short below this here, this 18,861, or will long above 18,873, whichever one happens first on the smaller time frame. Um, We could take longs from here. We'll put our stop underneath this yellow line. So let's go ahead and do 2. We'll put our stops under right there. Look at that, we're already in profit, almost $600. And then we'll target this gap, the bottom of the gap, which is 18,909. We'll target that there. You don't have to hold for the full TP if you're up. Like I said yesterday, we're going for at least 500, so you're already up $100 past that. Let's just say like 640. But I'm gonna hold for full TP or let it hit stop loss. Realistically, you would target the top of the gap, the bearish one. Actually, no, we can. It don't really matter as long as you got your target. It doesn't matter if it's top or bottom, whichever one you. It's up to you. Yeah, so it respected that 1 hour order block, and then it broke out. This is the top of it, this yellow line, which is also yesterday's low. So a break outside of a order block in whichever direction the trend is in. Plus, it's at a key level. That's a good sign that it wants to continue in that direction. Probably move your stops. I would move it to this candle here. No, that's too. Yeah, we'll do that. So even if we do get stopped out, we're up 340, and then we'll try to catch another trade. So it looks like it's gonna hit the 2P. Let me look at Heikin-Ashi candles. See it. The candles don't really matter to me. I can use either type of candles, like regular candles or Heikin-Ashi candles. I just like Heikin-Ashi because it's a lot more smooth. Like you don't get all the extra shit in there. But they work the same way, pretty much. Just one gives you a cleaner look on the overall trend. You can close out now if you don't feel like holding for a full TP. It's always up to you where you want to take profits. Because even $800 in a couple of minutes, that's more than what most people make in a full day of work, a full week actually. So if you decide to close out at eight something, that's completely fine. But even if we do like 500 a day, the market is open Monday through Friday. That's two 2,500 a week, I believe. Yeah, 2,500 a week. If you can make that in a week, then you're set. So 500 a day is that's easy money right there. We could do that obviously in a couple of minutes. Looks like we're about to hit full TP. There we go. TP smash. You would have made 1100 and what was that, like 7 minutes? Now we'll just wait for the next setup. That's kind of why I wanted to start trading like eight, getting on at eight, because a lot of my trades I'll get in before we start our live stream, and the price action is always a lot better, like hitting into like market open, because it's you're getting the London liquidity and momentum and volume mixed in with like the New York session liquidity and volume. So that's why I kind of like doing my trades before, or at least entering my trade, because if you enter in at the right area before market open is normally usually going to push you farther in that direction that you're already in most of the time. But since we started like streaming and stuff, I stopped getting in my trades like at 9 o'clock. That way, I have like a clean chart open and stuff so we can trade from. But yeah, if you can get in the trade before 9 o'clock and like the bias is good, it looks good for your entry and everything, you could pretty much hold that until like 9:30 and on, because that momentum will just keep pushing you in that direction. Oops, why did I take that off? So we'll still keep all of these levels drawn up. um, did anybody take that trade? We barely had any drawdown. I think we only went and drawdown like $15, and we made 1,200. That was like a sniper entry right there. Oh, let me check this. For some reason, it's still different. Someone asked what was the entry. So the entry was the bottom of the 1 hour order block. If I go back here, this white line here, this 18,860, that's the bottom of the order block. And then this yellow line, it's the top of the order block, which is also yesterday's low. So we took the entry right here with the break outside of yesterday's low right here, this purple candle right here, because it reversed, came back inside the order block here. See, came here, came back inside of it, and then broke out of it. So that was like the sniper entry right there. If it comes back inside your order block on a smaller time frame and then it breaks outside of it, you could take that all day. Easy money. But this is where we entered in around here with the break above that 1 hour order block. And we just targeted, I think it was a gap around here, around this order block on a 1 minute. Yeah, those are different settings because this is this is for like a bigger time frame. This one that you're showing in the chat, that's the settings for like a bigger time frame, like the 1 hour. The one that I showed yesterday is for like the half hour, 15, and 5. So yeah, Schmickel's he's right. These were my settings for yesterday. And these ones here, like I said, that's the larger time frame. You could use both if you want to try to get like a feel for how you want to trade it and kind of mix like a higher time frame with like a lower time frame, which would be like yeah, these settings here. You would use these for like a higher time frame and then you would add that indicator again and then change the settings to these ones here. And then you kind of like mix it, trying to get you like your own feel for it. Or you could just use one or the other. You don't have to use both. You know, find something that works for you. I'm giving out things that you can use to be profitable. Doesn't mean you have to use all of them at once. You can use one, you can use the other, or you can use them all. The things that I'm showing is just things that I had like profitability with. So the first trade was a win. We'll go for probably one more trade. And the next trade, we're going to use one contract and just one contract of NQ and go for 500. So that'll put us at almost 1600 for the day. Because first trade hit full TP. If we could get another 500 or 600, then that's good enough. Now, if price came back into this order block here, because it's only order blocks are only good for like a one-time use. So let's say it comes back into here, and then price close below like the bottom of that order block, we'll look to short it from there. Like if it, hold on, let me go here. If it comes back here specifically around here, this gap, and it starts to close bearish, that's when you would look to short because this order block is it's no longer valid at that point, or at least valid for like buys. And I did double check to make sure like the sound was working before I got on here. So that way when it goes on YouTube, there's actually sound. Because I know I'll be forgetting to turn it on sometimes. So even if you did like you didn't catch the setup that we just took, it'll be on YouTube for you to rewatch it and see why we took the trade that we took. Okay, I just noticed this. I wasn't really paying too much attention to it, but we got this gap here that's right by this 4 hour break of structure. So we'll probably fill this gap and make like a high and then drop down to here. If it fills that gap and don't break through here, like with strong momentum, then it's definitely reversing and coming all the way back down. You look at the daily level. That's a nasty doji. So the next trade would be to take longs above here, this 18.8 or 18.976, or take shorts with a rejection there or here. So break above, we go long, reject here or here, we'll go short, whichever one comes first. If we break above here, we'll target, oh, right there. We already have a target set. This white line here. which is a 15-minute, I think, breaker structure. Oh, 15-minute lower high. So let's do this. Let's draw a rectangle on this half hour order block. Let's go to 15-minute. Let's break that down. Select the 5-minute. So that first one that we enter on is still running. It's still going up. So right here, this half hour market structure break where it tried to switch direction because right here it was bearish and it came up. It tried to switch direction and go bullish. It failed, came down here, and now it's returning to that area. So yeah, if it could break through there, we can look to long. But we also got this 4-hour breaker structure right above that. This half hour market structure break. It's risky because we got a higher time frame above that. But usually, if the half hour you get a break on the half hour, it'll continue to break through like the 4-hour areas too. So if this half hour can break right here, we can look to long and hopefully it breaks past this 4-hour area too. I don't know. We'll see what price does. Looks pretty bullish to me. Okay, so if the 1 minute concludes within this box here, from this blue line to this blue line, we could take a long near and we'll just put our stop below it So that way we know if it comes back down below this blue line, this trade isn't valid. So we'll wait for a candle to close within this box here. Let me turn that off. That looks better. Yeah, within this blue box from here to here. If we close like around here, we'll take one contract. We'll put our stop below around here. Excuse me. I don't like that these are weak closes. Look, it's doji closes. So I'm not convinced to take longs just yet. Unless we get like a hammer candle. I don't know if any of y'all know what a hammer candle is. Because we normally use Heikin-Ashi candles, but a hammer candle is just like a bullish or bearish pattern candle. I'm trying to find an example. Like, oh shit, what the hell just happened? How did I just flip that upside down like that? Okay, so I might have to turn this off. Something like this blue or not blue, green candle. This is a hammer candle, and if you get that at a key level, like something here where we're at right now, like this market structure break from the half hour, if you get a candle that looks like this green candle here, I don't know if y'all can see that. That's a bullish candle, but it had to be in like a specific area in order for it to be valid. So it needs to be breaking out of like a key level or reversing from like a double bottom or a sweeping liquidity or something like that from the low. If you see a candle like that, that's a bullish signal, depending on where it's at. But if you get it and prices like dropping, that's just ignore that because obviously right here, like price is coming down, and then it gave this fake out candle right here, the hammer candle, and then just continue down. So it depends on where price is at, and you see that type of candle that will let you know if it's valid or not. And that's why I wasn't willing to take a long just yet because I don't see a hammer candle or any type of bullish close inside this range, like this candle right here. Like it's starting to print a bullet, the hammer candle right here. See something like that. See, it's exactly what I was saying. Printed bullish, and we could take one contract here. We'll do one. It didn't really give us an opportunity because it moves so fast, but I think it's going to continue to just shoot up to there. If it comes back down here and break through there, it's not valid. So we'll put our stop here. Risk 300. That's not even worth the risk. So we'll move our take profit up a little higher to the bottom of this order block, or the top of it, sorry. Right there. But y'all see what I was saying? Like you get like a hammer candle or something, a key area. They'll let you know if it's valid or not. But we got a late entry because I was trying to explain that to y'all. So as soon as this candle closes, we'll move our stop from here to the bottom of that candle close. Actually, let's put the stop right here, just to risk a little bit less. As soon as we get like a bullish candle close, we'll move the stop loss above that bullish candle. And see how it's like respecting that line right there? That's where the market structure shift was at. I wanted to get in like right at this candle, but I was explaining that to y'all. So we were a little late on the entry. And we're just actually, well, because like I said, normally if it breaks through like a half hour level, it's going to continue and break through the 4 hour or the 1 hour. Most of the time, not always, but based off of like my experience, it is like probably 80 something percent of the time. If it breaks the half hour, it'll continue to do there. So if this one closed bullish, we'll put our stop right below that candle. And I think market open actually is going to push up here and target this order block and then drop back down. All we're going for is 500 on this trade. But I think you'll. This is probably going to be a runner. And the very first entry that we had got prices pretty much continuing in that direction from where we got in there. So that was where did we get it? That was way down here, right here. Let me see what the 15 looks like. Yeah, that looks. Yeah, it'll probably shoot up here and take this liquidity at market open. We just let price do whatever it needs to do. Either hit the stop loss or hit take profit. Your take profit don't have to be where mine's is. Like I said, we're just going for like 500, which would be the top of that order block. It's 18,986. That would be 500 for your take profit this area. Yeah, we'll hold on to this until like 5 minutes before market open. 1 hour. Yeah, it all looks bullish. Now, if it closed outside of this bottom blue line, this 18,950, probably gonna look to take out. Use the 15-minute. Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna take this out. This whole order block here. If it closed below this 18,950. Yeah, I think based off of how much it's consolidating with inside this half hour market structure, market structure break, and then this 4 hour break of structure. Whichever side it breaks to, whether it be like the upside or downside, it's going to be a decent move. It does look like it's the upside though that it wants to break up to. Let me see something. Yeah, so if it does happen to break out of this top blue one here, that's the 4 hour break of structure. It's more than likely going to take out at least, where did I go? Right here, the bottom of this, the top order block. But you could use this one here for a target, this first one, or you could use the second one for a target. Price normally goes to the order block farther, is what, so it'll take this one out and then go to the next one that's farther from that one. But you could use either one for a take profit. And I did say we'll hold. Oh, I got stopped out. I was just about to say we'll hold it until like 5 minutes before market open, but it stopped us out right there. And we'll do one more trade, and that'll be it. Maybe do one more trade. I don't want to enter in on longs again. Let's no. Hold on. There's just not like momentum. There's barely any there. There's barely any volume. So we'll wait and see. It's crazy. We got stopped out and it's going in that direction. So I don't use stop losses. Or we were pretty much had like almost a good entry if I wasn't, like I said, explaining the hammer candle. We wouldn't have missed our entry, and we would have had like little to no drawdown again. But we got somewhat of a bad entry, and we got stopped out. Actually, I think we can. That's risky though. Entering again right here. But like I said, it's probably good. Whatever direction the break, it's probably gonna have like a nice break because how much is consolidation, like from here to here. And it was just a couple points away from hitting TP where we had it right here. See this wick? Almost took TP right there where we had it set. But you can't win every trade. So if price can come back down to this order block that it just made on a 1 minute, we can try to take longs from there again. And it just hit the area that we had for a take profit. That's why entries are super important. Damn, that thing's just going.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Damn, that
Dude,
thing.
I held that trade.
Which one? The one that I called out? That I just called out?
Yeah, the second one.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Did you take the first one?
I didn't mean to. I meant to get out, but then I was like, oh, wait, hold on.
Did you take the first and second trade?
Yep, I took both.
You made a profit on them?
Yeah, like 1,400.
That's nice.
I think
And
I'm done for the day.
I would be. If you're up, you just walk away. We only take 2 trades a day most of the time anyway. So, um, damn. See, I said that. I said if it whichever direction it break out, this thing is gonna move, and it's just damn. We would have
Imagine we
held.
held the first trade this whole time.
Yeah, no. Mm, trying to see where I would want it. Yeah, I will re-enter here. Yeah, maybe here. Oops. Mm, see what the half hour looks like. Mm, so let me move this blue line because it took that liquidity. So that's no longer really valid or relevant. We'll do, let's say, the top of this order block here. Let's do that. So we could enter on a break above this white line at 19,038, and we'll target this white line here, 19,090. Today is Tuesday though, so that move is probably going to take a while to play out. Probably like 10:30, it'll start playing out. And I got a phone call that I got to take at like 10, so I probably won't be around to catch the third trade, but that would be the idea to enter longs above this 19,040. You'll enter longs above there, and then you'll, for shorts, you'll enter shorts below 18,940. We'll say 950 just because it's an even number. So let's do that right there. Shorts below here, longs above here. Just in case I'm not on here by the time this setup presents itself.
Are you saying shorts below the 30-minute market structure break at the 950
Yeah,
level?
not yeah. And then longs above that 30-minute order block at 9,040. So long with a break above here and short break below here. And then just says whatever y'all decide to target, you use for a target because I don't have anything in mind right now. How the hell did I just do that? Both trades basically played out how I wanted it to. The second one just got like a late entry, and then I adjusted this stop loss too tight, so we got stopped out. But if we would have got like a perfect entry like the first one, we could have easily made like another $600, $700. But either way, we're still up on the day. What time frame am I on? It's not showing. Oh, 5 minute. Okay. Let's look at Heiken Nashi candles. So we can actually probably take this long here. Let's do 2. Our take profit will be here. And our stop loss will be like 400. Stopped out. All right, that's all I got. No more trades. Let me I'll keep these up though, just in case anybody will need to use these. And I actually got to get off here because I'm getting that call right now that I was supposed to be getting in like 15 minutes. Um, Usually I'll ask if anybody have any questions or anything, but I got to get off of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. So let me shut that off. Off in here.